Hey everyone, welcome to the Mars Exploration reality show. After rescuing All Black, the trio completed the mission and prepared to leave, unaware that North had just cut off the tentacle. Who'd expect Jerry to feast on this tentacle? After eating, Jerry became Super Jerry. Indeed, humans landed on Mars. Astronauts intended to bring soil samples back. They didn't know a scary alien was hiding inside. As they started the spacecraft to go home, nightmare struck. The sample container popped open. Soil oozed out as if celebrating, creeping toward the astronauts. Like a gross party. Out of nowhere, the Black New Year's Eve launched an attack on the three, cutting off communication between the spaceship. When the three slowly opened their eyes, they sighed, "What a long dream." After reporting to headquarters that everything was fine, they thought they could go home. They were unaware. Disaster loomed for Earth. Humanity had met this alien before. In 1974, scientists manipulated DNA, combined it with human genes to create a new life form named Sile, a mere early attempt. Due to its rapid evolution and mating habits, the base decided a dramatic end for its safety of Earth. However, the military still worried, fearing this alien creature would come back for an encore. To tackle the problem, Dr. Laura took the stage, with the military again utilizing Sile's genes, like they were playing Clone Wars. Laura tried many ways, but failed. This alien adapts superbly, evolving into a warrior at the slightest attack. The military found themselves powerless against it. The clone Eve had some humanity compared to the original, leading to a complicated web. Laura and Eve developed a few little secrets as clever Eve started to realize she was the lab rat and began to complain. Despite feeling bad, Laura had to obey orders, and the three astronauts returned to Earth for a detailed medical checkup by the doctor. After a full body scan, the three were deemed healthy, but for safety's sake, they would still undergo a more detailed blood test. Before results, they were barred from close contact with the opposite sex. Rick ignored it. He hadn't seen a woman for months. After the celebration, he jumped into the twins' arms. Soon, their bellies ballooned. The alien babies burst out, killing the two instantly. Hours later, they looked several years old. Rick took the little ones to a secret farm, while Eve at the research base sensed took in and felt an overwhelming urge to procreate. Meanwhile, the doctor peering through a microscope at Rick's blood suddenly discovered sneaky volatile cells lurking. Just then, the blood-filled container toppled over, spilling blood that surprisingly seemed to have a mind of its own. The curious doctor followed the bleeding trail, surprised by mutated blood that shot a tentacle through the wall. The unwary doctor was taken away without warning, quickly alerting the military. Investigation revealed the DNA matched Eve's perfectly. However, since Eve never left the lab, they deduced other aliens were lurking. The three Mars returnees were the prime suspects. To get to the bottom of this, the Bortley agent in charge summoned retired Agent North, who was enjoying his holiday, for assistance. However, they were immediately kicked out by Laura upon entering the lab. If Eve met a man, her urge to reproduce would surge. After grasping the situation, North led his team to investigate the astronauts, but then a female astronaut, overcome by loneliness, had intense interaction with her boyfriend. As North and others arrived downstairs, a creature in her belly mutated. Suddenly, a tentacle grabbed the man. North shot and severed it. Laura used gas to kill an organism. Unfortunately, they failed to save the two. Meanwhile, All Black broke rules, sneaking a woman aboard a cruise for a wild night. Fortunately, agents arrived in time to halt All Black's take. He was boasting moments ago, but fell silent as if stuffed with cotton. All Black, bewildered, was taken to the lab for an explanation and blood test. Strangely, his blood was normal. Meanwhile, Rick was missing, chilling at his girlfriend's place and feeling odd after everything that had happened. Faced with his girlfriend's affection, he began to self-protect, but ultimately, the charm was too hard to resist. Sure enough, the next morning, his girlfriend's belly split open, and there was yet another little creature by her side. At this time, Rick panicked, uncertain of what lay ahead. He grabbed a gun, sat on the balcony, and gave himself a ruthless wake-up. Meanwhile, All Black witnessed this, and a horror struck next second. Something in Rick rapidly healed his head. Time though, he was utterly controlled. All Black doubted his life, rushing to the base to share what he saw. However, Rick escaped, no leads left, so they had to wait for the foe's next attack. Laura suddenly revealed a terrifying fact. That Rick might have already procreated, and this organism's growth rate was so fast that they'd hit puberty in just 2. Once grown, Earth will face disaster for sure. Rick, under total control, had snapped his soul aim to find new prey. He began to incessantly seek targets, starting with the beautiful ladies. Every time North's team responded to a call, Rick had finished his harvest and left. In 2 days, the warehouse goods numbered dozens. With everyone at a loss, Laura thought of summoning Eve for assistance, since she could send her kin through psychic waves. To Laura's surprise, Eve volunteered to help this time. Most genes in her were dormant, requiring a special device to activate. As 3 laser beams shot towards Eve's forehead, her genes began to shimmer in and out of visibility. Soon, Eve distinctly locked onto Rick's position as he drove on the street seeking targets. Following instructions, North and All Black set off at once to track to a supermarket. Then screams erupted Rick had forcibly taken a girl. They chased the sound, but Rick had sped off. Please like and subscribe for more.